Marcus, and you're watching Metal Mania. It's the heaviest show on Croatian TV. Check it out.
Danas je 5.5. mi se nalazimo u Puli, ekipa Metal Mania je stigla čak ovamo da snimi intervju sa bendom Carcass i komadić njihovog koncerta. Nadam se da će vam se svidjeti, da ste ih upoznali do sada i da znate već dosta o njima, no ako ne znate, evo prilike da ih upoznate. S nama su dva gitarista benda. Hello, how are you doing?
Fine.
Could you introduce yourself, please, to our audience?
We're in a band called Carcass. I'm Michael. I play guitar.
I'm Bill. I also play guitar.
We've got Ken Owen on drums and Jeff Walker on bass and vocals.
Jeff is somewhere else. It's okay. For the beginning, could you tell our viewers a short history of the band? You know, when you started, what your idols, just a little bit how you moved to these days.
Well, I guess the band started properly in early '87. At the end of that year, we started recording our first album, Reeky Putrefaction, which was eventually released in the summer of 1988. At that stage, the band was just a three-piece, which was myself, Jeff, and Ken. In '89, we put out our second album, Symphonies of Sickness, which was the first album that we were actually satisfied with, because it was the first time we had a listenable production. And then in 1990, we added Michael, because we felt we needed a second guitar, and he was the only person we felt suitable for the band. So he joined around the summer of '90, and we continued touring, and that brings us up to '91, when we released our third album, which is called Necroticism Descansi Insalubris.
And what your idols? I don't know, what band did you listen when you started playing, not now?
Early on, we were just influenced by the underground death metal scene in general, really. I mean, yeah, when we started, we had very primitive aims. We just wanted to be as fast and heavy as possible, really. We didn't think very seriously about what we were doing. It was just a case of three people with common musical interests getting together. And, you know, we didn't even think any further than doing perhaps a demo tape. It was just, you know, take one step at a time.
Until the Michael came. But you are from England, except you, but now you are English too. Is there a strong death metal scene in England, or is it just a few bands? I don't know how many kids listen to death metal now in England.
I think we have quite big crowds now that come to the shows in England, but as far as bands go, I don't think there's a very strong scene in Britain.
Yeah. Just a few bands?
Yeah, not very many bands, but a big crowd for the bands that play.
You're now on tour. You came here in Pula to play the gig. Tell me, where have you been on the tour before, and where you're going to?
Well, we've been touring pretty much for 3 months now, and we've been all over the place. We've been all around Europe, and on this part of the tour, we've been to France, Italy. We're going to Spain as well. You know, Southern Europe. So.
You're for the first time here in Croatia. You played here for the first time. You said you've been here before?
Yeah, 2 years ago, somewhere when it was called Yugoslavia. I can't remember where.
Nova Gorica or something like that.
Nova Gorica, yes, that could be. That's now in Slovenia. You heard something about audience, how you compare our audience to other audience. Have you heard something about our audience here?
Nothing specific, really. All we know that there is, something going on because we get mail from this area. So that's the only thing we know about, really.
Yeah, okay, but we see in front of stadium, people liked you very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but definitely we seem to be like really into it and just really appreciate the music and what we're trying to do.
That's okay. Let me ask you, you were, before first part of the tour was a Gods of Grind tour with a Confessor, a Cathedral and Condemned. How was that?
It was good. It was really good, yeah.
How was playing with, I don't know, that's four bands who have, I don't know, different music directions. How was playing in front of same crowd?
I think that was the only way it could actually work, because if you have four bands of the same style, it's going to become extremely boring for the audience. Yeah. As it was, we had four bands with slightly different approaches to heavy music, and even then we found a lot of the crowds became quite tired by the last band, so often it was actually an advantage to go on third.